Kia ora in the news today. Whatever the outcome, an urgent Waitangi Tribunal hearing will not be binding for the government. Two claims have been before the tribunal today seeking a recommendation for asset sales to be stalled until underlying claims are dealt with. The Prime Minister has made it clear that water rights are different to ownership, and Māori can argue about rights but not ownership. Expect a more proactive Labour Party in the second half of the year. The party's 34 MPs are locked in a two-day caucus retreat in Northland, reviewing the work they've done this year and seeing what they can do better. Leader David Shearer believes they've managed to lead and handle well issues such as asset sales, Sky City and the ACC.
I think what we've tended to do is been reactive to some of the issues rather than proactive, and what we're trying to do over the next few months is getting in front of some of the issues rather than reacting to events.
Tourists are being warned to make sure they check the fine print of their travel insurance. Perth-based New Zealander Sean Kenzie is in a Thai hospital facing a $16,000 bill for medical expenses after his insurer said he wasn't covered for an accident he had on a moped. Sean's mother, Nadine Muritzen, told New Zealand's Rima they're now fundraising to try to raise the money, but everything is made more difficult by distance.
Because I'm sitting here in New Zealand, everything's been made harder to make contact with people or just to get some straight answers.
Yeah.
So it's been just so difficult.
Police aren't saying if the death of a woman in Wellington is suspicious. A woman in her 40s was found by bystanders in Mount Victoria just after 11 this morning. Detective Inspector Paul Bashan says she was found at the top of a track which leads from Wellington College to Alexandra Park. Sonny Bill Williams will play rugby in Japan next year. He's confirmed he's going to Japan to play with Panasonic. After that, he hasn't signed anything, saying he hasn't made a decision, but he wants to go to the NRL. Russia is scrambling to deal with the aftermath of devastating flash floods that have killed at least 152 people and swept away homes in the southern region. Russian President Vladimir Putin is demanding that officials explain the massive death toll. He's personally inspected the worst-hit areas in what's the first major disaster since he came back to the Kremlin for a third term in May. The force of the water trapped people in their homes at night, ripped up pavements and traffic lights, and flooded rail tracks. And staying overseas, as UN International Envoy Kofi Annan arrives in the Syrian capital Damascus. In a show of force, Syria has begun large-scale military exercises to simulate defending the country against so-called outside aggression. Mr. Annan is making a bid to salvage his faltering peace plan. A 300-strong UN observing team, which has been in the country since April last month, suspended its activities due to the surge in violence. Mr. Annan admits his efforts so far have failed to end the unrest. Back home, New Zealand's moving up in the innovation stakes. We've been ranked 13th in the 2012 Global Innovation Index. That's up 2 places from 2011. That puts us ahead of Australia, who are ranked at 23rd, and also some of the world's biggest economies, such as Korea, China, Japan and Germany. And that's all from me for today. From all of us in the newsroom, ka kite anō.